we are talking about. As he said, the highest rated.
Money check, swagger check,
what?
drip check,
Oh,
cut the
shit.
check. You know I say fly like a jet. I'm a triple threat. Watch me flex.
Hello, guys.
Hello, guys.
Hello, hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. At least I can. All right. Evis, you here as well?
I am. Can you not hear me?
Well, you just weren't saying anything, but yes, I can.
I said hello.
Yeah, it was kind of hello where, like, you know, I said something after and then you didn't say anything. So I was like, well, he could just be firing that into the abyss, you know, fair play.
Yes.
But we can all hear each other. That's good. I saw you were you streaming last night or joining a stream, Piesky?
Yes. Actually, I joined Caballo at his 5 a.m. and been a, how do I say it? A loyal customer.
This is how you warm up for a BrahChamps match? Like you're just trying to feast on other BrahChampers?
No, it's just I tried to get all of my blunders, off me today. So I can have a clean match. So I blundered about everything. It ended up 16-10, I think. And now I'm ready.
Very nice. Very nice. Well, we have Piesky back in the full decked out attire here.
Yes.
Evis.
Actually, there is an addition, but
there's a what?
There's an addition because I have a hoodie. I got it. Funny thing, I didn't get it in a dedicated store, but just like a chain store. It's a chess hoodie. Has a hold your horses with a horse. Like this is the camera. So there is a pretty cool horse on the back. So I'm taking.
You're really decked out then.
Yes.
I love it. Full attire. Still keeping the same Polish energy, but adding a little bit of chess flair.
Yes, exactly.
Beautiful.
So, there's always something new there.
Yep.
For people to watch.
Yep. And we have an earlier match time. I'm not sure, Evis, you've had a match at this time before. Coach is here, but how are you feeling, man?
I woke up about 18 minutes ago.
Is this early for you?
No, but today it is. Normally I'm working around this time, so it's
Well, actually, it sounds encouraging because I feel like you've been seemingly unprepared for the previous matches, and they've gone quite well. So this could be like that.
Know that I was up late, and we were in a Discord all together, so he should be aware.
Was he part of it? You mean?
Hard tech.
You said what?
Was he part of it? You mean like he should know because he was there?
He was there. I think Piesky came in at the end there too.
Yeah.
We're up till fucking 3-4 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, so instead of sleeping, I was hanging out in Discord and.
Well, at least it's fair. You guys were up together, so you were keeping each other up.
Yes. So usually it's I'm waking up in the morning and I'm making myself breakfast and coming into the Discord. And then the North American guys are just oh, fuck, it's so late. Piesky's up. I gotta go to sleep.
Yep.
Because there's 8
you joined
to 10
and I was
hours difference.
what time is it? It was oh shit,
yes.
it's 4 o'clock in the morning. I need
He's
to go
waking
to
up.
Yes.
Well,
you're waking up, so
you're on a different schedule, right, Piesky? You're not necessarily on a standard EU morning schedule, so I don't know what the hours are for you.
Yeah. I mean, usually I work in the afternoons, and then I have night shifts on weekdays and 24-hour shifts sometimes on weekends. So it's kind of weird, but yeah.
Yep. No, that's how it is.
I hope I can bother you with my schedule a little longer than.
Yeah, that's the thing. Eviscerated has the power to knock out the difficult scheduler here, and that's a big kick out. That'll be EU not represented anymore. So there's a lot on your shoulders here, actually.
Nice way to put that pressure on me, Aman. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Eviscerated was taking it off himself. I decided to throw it over there.
Sure. I mean, I hope the guy didn't woke up all the way. So I can
well,
just...
yeah, the quicker we start, I guess, the better for you.
Yeah.
Coaches are here? Question mark. Don't know about you, Piesky, but is Coach around for this one?
No, actually, it's her grandma's 1993rd birthday party. So, every party might be the last one. So she decided to attend. But I get
It's a valid excuse.
Yes, but I get a stand-in in the form of good old Tesh.
Nice. All right. Well, you know the drill with timeouts. They're 3 minutes. If you'd like to call one at any time, just make sure there's no game in progress. You can do so by unmuting or a little signal on the cam. It's still 1-6, and there's no win by 2. So 6.5, 5.5, 6-5. These are all winning score lines. I'll have you call our coin toss then, Piesky, since you're on cam with us. So heads or tails?
I'm on tails never fails. So
I wonder what your percentage is. Let's see. Well, it just got a little bit worse. It is heads. So Eviscerated, would you like to start with white or black?
I'll go white.
All right. White pieces. Sure. I will. So obviously you guys can mute up in the Zoom call. I'm going to start the games in just a couple minutes here, like 2 to 3. I'm just going to grab something from downstairs before we start. So give me 3 minutes and mute up and we'll get started. Good luck, guys.
Yeah. Good luck.
Eviscerated is taking the white pieces against Piesky. Let's get this thing underway. It is not the finals, but it's a very important match because someone is being eliminated today. Let's get right into it. All right. What do we have here? What openings are we going to be blessed with today? Who's better prepared? This is definitely some kind of prep from Eviscerated. You don't play this for no reason. And by the way, Piesky has been playing c5 against London setups. So I think in some ways, maybe Team Eviscerated has predicted this opening. Ubitsia's claiming home cooking. Well, there you go. Yes, the Raptor variation. It's definitely an intimidating name, that's for sure. Now, I'm curious how you actually complete development here. I'm assuming E3, but, black kind of gets to... Ooh, I don't know about that move. I guess it's not bad, but bishop takes, there is knight E4. He could be leaving that there as a bait. Because I'm not going to lie, it's tempting otherwise. Oh, okay. Knight E4 should be a very, very good move here. Just because when you take on G3, if you have to take with the F pawn, it's not great. High energy move, knight G5. Nope. This looks like it was an opening success for Eviscerated, but he probably hasn't played like the absolute best way since then. The H pawn is looking a little bit misplaced here, if I'm being honest. Still very level. I wouldn't say any one side has a particular advantage. I think Piesky has done a good job surviving what may have been a tough opening position. Something that seems, tempting is always trying to line these two pieces up. That was absolutely not tempting. I'd have to classify this move, unfortunately, as a mistake. If black plays E5, look at the pawns. Dark square pawns everywhere, light square bishops. That favors black. Knight here. You need some kind of move to get in the way. F4, knight E3. So this one does make sense. When you're in this position, you really want to cement the pawns like this and open your bishop. and stop f4, e5. Because look at the bishops. Light squared pawns. What should white be trying to do? Get pawns on dark squares. So you can see what happens in the game. Oh, bishop e2 is real bad. No, f4. F4, and then suddenly you can dream of expanding here. I'm really, really not liking what I'm seeing here. Just a huge mistake from Eviscerated, dropping the bishop back. Terrible move. Meanwhile, for black, e5 should have been played. So big misses all around, and Piesky is very much on top here. The interesting thing is I've always known Eviscerated to be quite the speedy player, and he's not starting very speedy here. In fact, Piesky is going a little bit faster. That is material, but that's direct material, so maybe he'll be tempted into this, and he is. This position is all Piesky right now. He's simplifying, everything going right. Knight g4, knight d3, both fantastic moves. Yeah, rook to f8 is kind of a killer move here. Well, I definitely would have taken with the knight, right? That hits everything. But we can't critique a guy showing technique, because he looks like he's on the way to win regardless. Waiting for this. Oh, I don't think you want to allow that. Why did you move the knight? It was covering everything. Now, I mean, I don't know. Maybe you can try with the pawns here a little bit. Rook should go here. And then push. It's your only attempt. Oh, okay. He's pre-moving the king. Probably a little early to just go all out on the pre-moves, but I respect it. And that is going to be a checkmate. And that's game number 1 for Piesky, 1-0. And we see the Benko Gambit making an appearance here. I wonder if we will see a knight takes d5 trick. No. Okay. Interesting. Seems like Eviscerated has a very specific way he's trying to play here. Unfortunately, it doesn't look good, so I don't know if he's trying to remember some sort of home brew here that he prepared. Not liking what I'm seeing here so far. Normally, you castle here and play queen a5. The old main line is to play this, sure, but you kind of still need to castle. I'm not used to knight g4 early. The reason I didn't like it was this check. You can't block it because you're going to lose this knight. So it's actually worked out decently for him, but kind of a big blunder there in the opening. Now, Piesky, I also like this setup. It looks like he's going to play knight here, knight here. What he needs to be careful of is the immediate takes. Oh, man, it was sitting right there. Rook takes b5. Yeah, so rook a3, by the way, is the move he should have played probably on the previous turn. Because Piesky got away with this move, now you can bring the other knight in and play b3. And truly, I think Piesky has a fantastic position here. Let's see how they handle it. You're eyeballing this? Oh my God, he didn't even move this. What are we looking at here? What the flying hell? What am I even watching here? This is like the lowest quality chess. We're almost at the end of the competition. What the flying hell is it? Rook takes a4. He's playing in like a half a second. Absolutely no consideration at all. What on earth are we looking at here? And just as terrible from Piesky. The guy's hanging a rook, and then pre-moving the recapture. It's like, did you see it or not? How did you see it? You're pre-moving the recapture, so you saw it. Why didn't you move it? I'm completely lost here. Evis and his quick moves are somehow still paying off. Dropping that is quite significant, if I'm being honest, because immediately this next pawn drops. I could see Eviscerated's position completely fall apart if he doesn't realize, there you go, that this goddamn bishop can be taken. It's the strongest piece in the position. Now you're cooking here. Okay, that's a decent move. I would have liked to have seen, bishop here. Would be a nice touch. But this is good. Okay, that's something. It's not threatening the knight, but it is pinning it. Queen b8. Where is this knight going? I don't know, guys. I wish I had an answer. The knight is looking completely trapped to me. So if you take it, yes, you have a check, but it's one single check. And unfortunately, it's not going to be a perpetual. So you can play like queen here, maybe try to get this check. It's probably the best you're doing. I don't know what else to do. Same idea. Oh, why didn't queen b2? He's not thinking. No, this could actually be a draw now. Eviscerated once again. This guy's moving and oh my God, he can lose. Oh my God, he can lose. He's going to get himself mated here. Oh my goodness. It's just the most frustrating player, bar none, to spectate. He's got like a minute and a half up a rook, and what, he's playing himself into checkmate? Like, what on earth are we talking about here? How can you be doing this to yourself? It's just crazy. You have to spend like half a second or something. You're not that good. You can't be playing that quick. I know for a fact. There's no way you're finding the best move in under a second. I mean, this is just crazy. Just crazy. My God. So many hanging things in that game. Pawns, pieces, checkmates. Knight e4 is a decent move, but knight takes d5, I think, was just the best. Bishop d2, well played. Knight takes, you take with the queen. You got e4 coming. Eviscerated has got some pretty decent positions with white. It hasn't yet turned into results, but it's there. The good position is there. Ooh, this is an amazing position. Black only has a queen out. Oh no, come on. We have to take the whole center. What on earth is this? Awful. Take the whole center. What are we talking about here? White is completely crushing this position. Now, I mean, it's still doing amazing, but why? Oh my God. E3, bishop e2? Where is the energy here? Just awful. Eviscerated. Let's get the damn pieces out. Need to see a little bit more conviction because he's got some great positions out of the opening. I tell you, he's soaring. He's going very quick. So you just have to stick to that as a win condition. Although he's got these good positions, he's clearly not that interested in using that as like, oh, let me use this good position, put some pressure. No, you can tell he's focused on the speed. So we can't expect great moves from Eviscerated. We just are expecting fast ones, right? He's not always going to be reliable for that. Bishop a5 is a fantastic one. Live by the sword, die by the sword. Look at this guy. I mean, like, how do you even comment? He's missing winning moves half the time, and he's playing them the other half. Good Lord. I mean, we have just been dying for this. The last 10 moves, I think this move has been phenomenal. We're all sitting here. Will it be played? But The guy's up how much time here? How much time? Like nearly a minute. The problem is, like, I don't know what this, what the aversion is. Like, the game's completely over. Oh my God, bishop a5, he's not taking a knight. Like, I have no words. I have no words. How are you playing this move? This happened, and then like half a second, you're not even thinking. I don't get it. Now, there's a good chance that you just panic, defend your rook, lose your knight, and now you're lost. Like, madness. I don't know how it happens. I truly don't. Rook here. I don't know how this pawn on d5 has been hanging, completely attacked by like 3 of black's pieces, and for the last 20 moves, white has not considered to take. I'm truly at a loss. I'm at a loss here. This is not a style that should pay dividends in the long run. Eviscerated has some great positions, but he needs to slow down. That's the problem. When he has the bad positions, this is the advice I gave him last time. I said, when you have the bad positions, play speedy. That's an amazing talent to have, to play quickly when you're in a bad position, because that's how you come back. But right now, he's been getting good positions. So you're playing speedy and you're throwing them away. You have to know at least to like slow down a little. I mean, he's got a big time edge. Unfortunately, he's slowing down now when he's a little bit worse. Piesky, meanwhile, I mean, he's hit or miss. He's been blundering things, but Eviscerated hasn't been spotting them. So I can't say that this is Piesky's best game or match that he'll be proud of. He's missing a lot, but you know, he's up 2-0. So he's getting the last laugh here. He's missing a lot, but ultimately he's making the second last blunder in every game. And that's always going to win you the match. This is a big chance for Eviscerated. I mean, literally, he's had fantastic chances, of course, in every game. But this is a big chance because time is definitely low to the point where Eviscerated's strategy of playing quickly is very viable here. In fact, it's probably the best one. Like a queen trade, offering a queen trade of some sort, moving the rook, maybe even just, if you're at a loss, push the pawn. You got to send it, though. Now is where your strategy is probably correct. Don't have to have there you go. Great one. Can Piesky keep up? Piesky has a great position. He's got the 2 pieces. I would consider sacking for this, just so my position is easier to pre-move. Eviscerated, I think, has the upper hand if he just starts sending the pawn. Tough to react to. There's pre-moves. Both sides playing quickly now. That's okay. It's hanging, but it's okay. He's got some speed here. It's all about the speed. Look at this. Eviscerated. His style is going to pay off in this position. He's got to keep the pre-moves going, though. A knight check is going to be absolutely crazy if he hits him with it, and he doesn't have time. 2-1. The speed killed. That's where Eviscerated can use that style. Piesky, meanwhile, he's got to work on actually seeing these hanging pieces and stuff from Eviscerated, because Eviscerated is making the mistake. He is allowing, he's hanging a lot of things, but it's not always spotted. If Piesky finds these big moments, could make a difference. So I think we're going to see his same plan, a4, knight b5. I don't know, just guessing. I think Eviscerated can be generally happy with how the Benko has gone. It's a great opening. It's a fun opening. At this level, it's more than playable. I wouldn't expect anyone, 12, 1300 to just KO the Benoni or KO the Benko. These are subpar openings, but very, very workable here. Eviscerated, once again, has a massive lead on the clock. Will Piesky go for the same stuff? Rook a3, knight b5. It was good last time. You wouldn't want to play a move like this because bishop e3 is just a nice, easy reaction. Okay, big think from Eviscerated. He's wondering how to place the pieces, and he actually knows probably what his opponent's going to do. I think we see his plan, which I'm okay with. Maybe it's not the best plan in the position, I can't lie. Usually you want to just like bring the queen out, bring the rook over. Piesky has a good understanding. He hung his knight last game where they played this, but in general, he has a good understanding of where the pieces go. Rook on a3, knight on b5 does make sense. Because the e-file's open, I would say it makes less sense now. Great job from Eviscerated to just target the e-pawn. But like usually if the rook's aimed at your queen, getting your queen out of the way, that's going to be decent. Targeting this pawn, that makes a lot of sense. But I can tell the way Piesky is developing his rook that he has some good understanding here. You don't play a move like rook a3 just randomly. Like you play that if you've studied the opening a little bit and Eviscerated. I mean, this move is just, it's clinically insane to play like this. Like, what do you think's going on here? There's a queen right here, dude. Like, what? I don't know what to say to this. This is so elementary. What are we doing? And he's got 2 minutes when he's making these blunders. It's so crazy. Eviscerated just doesn't take a moment. And somehow the match is close. It's 2-1 with these massive, massive game-losing blunders that are making regular appearances in this match. It's still close. It's still 2-1, and we're still playing here. Eviscerated is going to have time as a win condition, so we're definitely not out of this. It must be a weird match for Piesky because he's got to feel like his expectation is to be crushing. But then Eviscerated always keeps that time edge. Even with a huge blunder, it's like sometimes Piesky's not seeing it. So somehow, some ways, Eviscerated is making this work. Okay. I guess this, maybe this. He's trying to guard this. Of course, rook takes was a decent idea. Let's say that. G4 is a tempting move. Let's see how Eviscerated responds, because one thing is the knight has nowhere to go. So Eviscerated is forced to do something. I expect this, if I'm being honest. It's a check. And it, kind of puts the question. I'm trying to think of what else can be done here. Okay, f6. That's interesting. I see the vision there. Okay, so again, Eviscerated is playing in his split second. Now, to be fair, he's got 28 seconds, so he needs to play faster, but that was a hanging rook there. It was there. It's not 100% KO here. Not 100%. There are some checks. If he plays that, and that's a great move, I think Eviscerated might have to play this one. I don't know what else keeps him alive here. And no, that one doesn't. That one does not. It's 3-1. Sorry, was that a timeout?
Yeah.
Okay, timeout called by Eviscerated, and 3 minutes on the clock, starting now. I need to be able to call a timeout in this one so I can have my breakfast. We need a commentator timeout. this match is definitely delivering. More of the same. What we expect from Eviscerated. Piesky is playing well, but I'll say if he watches the match back, he'll feel like there were just too many blunders. For Eviscerated, that's a normal match. As frustrating as it is, Evis has a style that does work. It's not clean, but it's super fast and very resourceful. And he never quits. So you'll constantly see him just turn insane blunder games into wins. I will say, so that's, Randall, that's an interesting point. I was actually just going to bring that up as the answer to why he's done so well with it. In my opinion, Eviscerated has a style that to a viewer or to an opponent, I think the general consensus is it's a style that shouldn't work. And when you talk about chaos, there's a mental aspect that no one's talking about, which I know is there, that when you're playing against Eviscerated and he blunders and you take it, there's a lot of pressure that gets put on you because you know that throughout the tournament, he's been winning those games randomly. And it's like, fuck, like, how am I not crushing this? Like, it's just so frustrating. So, not that that's fully intentional by Eviscerated, but that's just the reality. It's probably a style that you're not expecting to work. And it's frustrating you because you're like, it shouldn't work. But then it does. And there's nothing more frustrating than it working. So it kind of like snowballs. All right, let's bring the players back. All right, guys, that is 3 minutes. Jump back on and let's get the rematch in. Good luck. All right. Now, the players have had a time to speak to the coach, right? So both of them will have definitely looked at this position. It's just who remembers better. Who remembers better? I'm assuming we're going to see this. That just feels like the move that Eviscerated is kind of supposed to play based on how he's been playing it thus far. Bishop c3. I like e4. It's interesting because e4 is a move that I think has been missing from Eviscerated's like his setup. It's been MIA. What I'm more familiar with is like, okay, you're fine to sack that, but the bishop on c4 is usually good. But okay, this is fine. I think Eviscerated can be pretty happy here. He's getting developed. Now, bishop c3 presents itself as a very, very nice looking move, right? It hits the queen and it's kind of aimed this way. Is he going to follow it up by sending the pawn? Maybe like trying to get the queen out? I'm trying to figure out what he's going to play next because black is definitely lacking development here. But I kind of like Eviscerated setup. The issue is, how do you continue? I do believe this bishop needs to be there. I say that because unfortunately here, it's just really likely that this gets played next. Yeah. Okay, it was missed by Piesky, and I think he's going to play c4, which is why he brought the bishop back. But that was a winning idea right there, c4. can be knight c3, can be bishop c3, knight e5, very likely to happen, but it doesn't. At this point, you can almost just start full sending here. Like, look, Eviscerated's not castling, and he's not castling that way, so what are we doing here? We got to start sending the pawns, get the attack going. Because Eviscerated at the moment is just sitting there. He's not doing any of the plans. Meanwhile, Piesky should know better. Why block that bishop? Why block that bishop? Okay, glass is getting a little foggy there. I think it's, if I'm being honest, I think it's his outfit, right? Like, I think because he's got this mask on, the air is like going up into the glasses. So he's doing it to himself. I'm just saying, he hasn't really outfitted that for appropriate breath work. I do like this idea from Eviscerated, but I'm shocked that we're not seeing like the full send yet. Meanwhile, Piesky, you got to prioritize development here. This bishop is crying for help. We need b5 to sack. We need pawn takes to open up a line. And we need the damn queen to move. We got to get the pieces out. g3, we can see the reroute from Eviscerated. I actually do like that. Now, ironically, it's going to help Piesky develop the only piece he hasn't developed. So that's the only thing that's a little bit awkward about it. It's like, well, the guy was failing to develop a piece, so we've kind of lent some assistance there. Okay, I think there's a big concern about this move. And I maintain there's a big concern about that move. There still is. Just double checked, and there still is. The fans are wondering when Piesky is going to make one of these moves. I mean, we have to wait another day. There it is, move 25, finally. And look, like Piesky's position immediately became so good. Oh, nearly winning just off that one idea of playing b5. Yes, there's an idea of queen a7. Oh, okay. You're not looking at all. Piesky set that up 2-3 moves ago. Fortunately, this move was available. And if you go here, which is very likely, unfortunately, it does run into stuff. So this one is better. Eviscerated has got things locked down. And bishop takes here is possible. So you can kind of even things up. Bishop f4, king g2, and just, hope and pray. Yep, Eviscerated is doing it. Bishop back. It's all a time scramble now. Piesky Eviscerated, it's 3-1. This makes the world of difference right here. We might see a sack. Nobody knows what they're doing, but that's okay. It's all about who's faster. They each have 15 seconds. It's all about speed, exclusively. Pre-moves are encouraged here. Yes, Eviscerated has it figured out. But so does Piesky. He's just going back, and they're going to repeat. Neither one of them. At least they both latched onto some pre-moves there, and we got a hilarious repetition. A grandmaster draw. Both players getting KO'd by that one. Now let's see what Eviscerated does here. He castles, he plays d6. This looks like a micro adjustment in terms of the variation. And obviously without g4 being available, he can still do his idea like this. So I think Eviscerated can be happy with that. By the way, f4, it looks like you're wasting time. Sometimes you're not actually achieving anything by playing f4. Like it's also a move that opens your position. Kind of risky as well. There's bishop a6. Remember, it's a race to 6 points. So it's not exactly a a match where Eviscerated can continue to just, draw or repeat. He has to go for a win in those time scrambles. For now, the draw's okay. What are some typical plans? Knight b6 to trade this off, or knight c7, queen b8, knight b5 to try to trade that off. But usually you want to trade some of these knights, and e5 is not an option, so I'm running out of ideas. Where does this knight go? Right here. Can't go there just yet, but I think that's on the horizon. Piesky might get interested in this, but judging by his plans beforehand, he might play a4, knight b5. I think e5 is just too tempting not to play. Like, he couldn't resist, and I understand. e5's defended. Knight supporting. Looks like a beautiful move. Very tough to react to as well. Evis? We're just not counting. I don't know what to say. Knight c6, by the way, it could be a KO looking move. Rook d1 also decent. Okay. Not the most dangerous, but I love the simplicity of it for Piesky. He's up a piece and he's not messing around. Just bring the pieces out, develop, bring them to the center. It's never going to be a mistake. Time is also even, which obviously favors Piesky considering the material. Now, everything has gone right. If you take this actually ends the game, but I expect it to be missed by both players. That's understandable. Now, still maintaining that extra piece. F7 is a big problem here, but I can see him maybe refusing because he sees bishop e5, but bishop e5, take note, bishop takes and it's defended. So bishop e5, although it looks like the right move, actually just leads to checkmate, basically. Yeah, normally this is a move that you would expect to just win the game, but the queen X-ray defense, this is about 2 moves from being 100% over, unfortunately. Rook down here threatens a check with some ideas. It does get mated in 1 move, but I could see it being played because you're just kind of feeling desperate at this point. This one is all Piesky. Queen b8. I mean, it's a fighting move. It's a fighting move. It's just a hilarious move because just take the queen. It's hanging. Instead, you've actually lost a decent amount of material here. Oh. Eviscerated. Defend the rook. What are we doing? What are we doing? Protect your damn piece. That's just insane. What can you say to that? What can you say to that? He definitely had a little bit of a shot there. Got to keep playing this, no doubt about that. You just never know. Yeah, he's being as tricky as possible. Still, it will be a checkmate once White organizes himself. There you go. It's 4.5 to 1.5. So Eviscerated, I'm wondering at this point if he's I was going to say, is he just fed up with the opening? He's undoing everything? But no, I just don't understand why the knight is here. But I guess this is somehow the same. I just thought he was playing bishop g5 mainly, but somehow we pretty much got the same position, so that's fine. e4, not e3, that's good. And bishop e2, I would replace for this move. We've pretty much never seen a bishop c4 move. Oh, there's something. Okay, you're gonna get castled here? Sure. Rook's into the middle. And who's complaining? I mean, a3. What on earth? What on earth is that? The thing is, this knight defending the queen is irrelevant. The knight could be off the board. Like, this knight's defending the queen. So that move is failing for multiple reasons. This is the first, I would say, quite significant. I mean, Piesky has made a lot of mistakes in this match. But to be fair, they've usually been like not capitalizing mistakes. That's one of the biggest ones that we've seen where it's actually a full piece from Piesky handed over. And you can see the reaction. He's not happy with that. I think it goes without saying, 4.5 to 1.5, that this is a very important game for Eviscerated. Even a draw here means Piesky needs one more win. So up a piece, you must convert. There's no other way to say it. You have to. You're not going to get a better chance than this. There is a very interesting phenomenon happening here in this entire match where Eviscerated refuses to capture on e6. He is so against it. He's never, ever going to play it. And Piesky has been allowing it the entire time. There's some sort of comfort level that these guys have here. I don't know what it is, but they both seem to agree on it. And oh my God, you couldn't pick a worse move. Everything is hanging in this position, from completely winning to completely losing in a single move. We have unfortunately seen that story before. We don't even have a time advantage anymore for Eviscerated. Piesky, super resourceful, down a piece. Right? Seizing the moment. Blunders a piece, he's unhappy with himself, boom. Takes on d5, takes on c4, d5, opens up everything. Look at the coordination here. Every piece is hanging. I mean, it's hard to find a good move, so I can't even criticize. Like, what's Eviscerated supposed to do? He's got literally everything hanging. I would maybe try rook a4, but like, it's not that helpful. So obviously here, this would be the better move because you just win everything. Rook takes c4 was possible. Yes, you can go rook a4. I'm telling you guys, if we see knight here, like, this just encapsulates the entire position, because he's kind of just putting himself in the same position again. Honestly, it might be the best move now. Black playing this is a bit unfortunate because there's no b5 anymore. But man, this would just, like, we're right back in the same position. So black just needs to move the queen and play b5 again. All of white's pieces are stuck here. You can't move them. Like, everything's a problem. And this is what I mean. How do you deal with this? I can see only one move. And it's played. b5 is stopped. Even if you can prepare it with a6. Oh, you got to take that. 18 seconds, you must take it. Oh my God. Rook b4. Oh, everything's hanging. Oh, it's completely over now. I mean, I thought queen b3 was in order to stop that move. Not to be. Bishop h2 is fancy here, but certainly not necessary. I think this is more than enough. Ooh, you actually do have to be careful of a stalemate here. Very careful of a stalemate. It's a stalemate. Oh my goodness. It's 5-2. A stalemate has been one of Eviscerated's best results in this event. Oh my goodness. Best result in this match. We got a KO for Eviscerated there. Eviscerated, you got to turn the momentum right now because unfortunately Piesky has had the upper hand in most of these games, and if he wins another one, it's over. So it's do or die. Right now, Eviscerated has to find it somewhere. I don't know what it's going to be. Don't know what it's going to take, whether it's full blast on the speed, whether it's changing an opening. Piesky has been pretty solid, but there have been a lot of opportunities here and there to take advantage. Five to 2, which means we are on match point. A win for Piesky wins the entire thing. And he would move on in the competition. Eviscerated is not yet ready to say goodbye and say, oh, you know, the style doesn't work. I think he's certainly impressed me, so he must have impressed others. The more people you frustrate with your style, the more it's probably working. Takes, opens up the f7 pawn. Probably not what you want, but I could see it happening. It's okay, actually. Like, you could play this. It's not the worst. How upset is he going to be about this? If we see rook d1, that's a miscalculation here. Also, knight takes. Doesn't really do much. Does decide on this. Eviscerated. If he panics about queen f7, he might let his knight fall. But I think you can allow it. Oh, if you're going to move the knight, at least take the pawn. This could get pretty nasty here. So if you play bishop f4 to guard this, then rook f8 actually traps the queen. I mean, rook f8, let's just say, traps the queen even now. So if you play a nothing move, say goodbye to the queen. Even e6, you could play rook there. So there's quite a lot that Piesky can do wrong, and he's also down 30 seconds. I don't think this position is that easy to navigate. He goes back, and I think queen here would be the correct one to guard the pawn. Same idea. Going all the way back allows this. Okay, and now the queen gets to defend. That's very important. Rook takes should be recaptured with the king. I'm not sure that we will see that. E6, D6 looks the most tempting. Like, how do you not get that protected pass pawn? There you go. I think this move is tricky. Needs a big reaction from the Piesky here, because if you take it, the E pawn drops, the D pawn drops, and Eviscerated will win that game. And it's so hard to refuse a trade here. I mean, it's obvious that, oh, you know, a basic developing move would be perfectly fine here. But it's hard to get yourself to play it. He's freezing. Bishop e3 played. You got to be concerned about this pawn dropping. Eviscerated. He wants to maybe play queen takes. Yes, he does. This is defended. This is defended. For now, he's got an extra 30 seconds and a real shot in this position. This is also covered. Even the queen sack doesn't work. I was going to say it's maybe unlikely he'll find the best move bishop here, but it doesn't matter. Knight f6 is a good, safe move. Very good, safe move. Okay, so taking actually drops the knight. You got to take with the queen. Oh my god. Oh my god, he checkmated himself and lost the match. He checkmated himself and lost the match. And that is it.
GG, man.
Hello, guys.
Dude, you're so fucking tough. Holy shit.
Boys, what a match. What a match. I feel like you're saying he was tough. Was that just how you were feeling the entire time, Eviscerated, that you were just up against someone that like you just couldn't find an answer to?
Yeah, I'd say that's probably a pretty accurate way of putting it. Normally when I blunder, I feel like I still have a chance if I keep this stick on the ice. But Piesky was pretty much just like relentless. Anytime I blundered, like he was on it. Anytime like I saw a possibility of like, oh no, I'm about to get fucked in like 3 moves. How do I stop it? All my pieces are stuck. I can't stop it. He would be like right there. He saw all the tactics. So I don't know. He's pretty relentless. I know I had some opportunities, but if I wasn't fucking myself, he was definitely doing the business.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. How was the match for you, Piesky? 6-2 is like the final score line, but a lot of these points were very evenly contested.
Yes. I think Eviscerated gave me run for my money, definitely, at some points. I don't know if I had if it's the coffee, but I didn't feel that much time pressure. I think like it was pretty even most of the time in terms of time pressure. So that was what I was mostly worried about, not to get behind the clock.
Mm-hmm.
I knew I missed some opportunities. I probably blundered some. At least Chess.com says that, and I believe Stockfish. So, there were probably very dubious moments for me, but overall, I also feel confident in Benko Gambit positions.
I was going to ask about that because I wasn't sure if that was something you expected, but I know that you're comfortable with it because I could tell based on the moves you were playing. That's from someone who's at least looked at it before.
Yeah, I looked at it before. As the same as with Benoni, I just prepared for it way back, and I just remembered some lines.
Like for a different opponent, maybe.
No, it was even before BrahChamps, like 2 years ago. But it's stuck in. It was stuck in my head for some reason, and I knew that if I keep cool, then I'm up a pawn. At least I have to remember about playing a4 at some point. I have to remember that I need that the bishop are gonna be traded. Maybe I will need to walk my king to manually castle it. But the crucial line, I don't think they happened. So I was getting pretty comfortable positions most of the time. I wasn't prepared for Trompowski. I knew that Evis is playing it recently, so I just look at. I didn't have time actually, so I looked like 3 moves. Actually, like I knew that c5 is fine after knight f6. C5 is fine because I probably can jump forward to d4. And then
you can play knight e4 And
Yeah.
you did that in most of the games. I will say that felt like an area Eviscerated. I'm mostly curious how you feel about this, because it seemed like an area where you had a very, like, almost the upper hand. You had great openings there with white. You seemed like you know what you were doing, and you were playing a line clearly that you had looked at.
So since Ubi started me on the Trumpowski, I actually started to look into a lot of other like D4 openings to see how like they all tied together to try and get like a better understanding of the Trump, the London, everything else. And one of the things that I ran into a lot was, well, what if they don't play the knight for my bishop on what is that, knight f6? So I started looking into like pseudo Trump and then also the Torah attack, and it's like seeing how everything tied together, seeing how with like the c5 push, seeing how I could like manipulate my knight, my pawns, just keep on pushing down the field. It's like there's a lot of things there. It's just, I don't know. It's been really good just like seeing all of these openings to see how everything ties together, to know that like if something happens that's out of book, you know what you can do next, or what you can be looking forward to.
Yep. I think it's a close call. I think Jake gave you a good run for your money in terms of the biggest variety of openings played in the entire event, Evis, but I have to probably give you the award. I mean, you were playing B4, G4, all different kinds of D4 openings. You pretty much tried everything. So it's quite a diverse set of options. Like you must have worked on some of them, but it sounds like you have a little bit of curiosity yourself about just exploring.
I do. I purposefully did not show you my London because I feel like, you know how like in those contests where people sing and stuff, if they sing in front of like professional artists, it's kind of like you don't ever want to play or sing like a song by somebody who's judging you who actually wrote that song. I feel like if I had played my London in front of you, it would have been kind of like an insult, because I wouldn't have been able to do it the justice that, you know, I should have for playing it in front of you.
Yeah, so, you'd have to be like the X Factor winner in order. Yeah, you'd have to be successful.
So I wanted to make sure that I had other openings prepared that could possibly be D4 and be solid, because I can't stand E4 openings. I hate them.
That's fair.
So.
That's fair. Well, you definitely have a unique style. Piesky, I was going to ask you about Eviscerated style. Like playing against it, I will say it's tough to spectate. It's exciting to spectate, and it's easy to become a fan, and then it's easy to like want to leave the chat. Ubitsia is a perfect representation of that. How is it to play against it? Because he plays so fast. Upon review, I think you'll both find the amount of hanging pieces and hanging tactics was astronomical. And it's usually Eviscerated maybe missing one that you've blundered because he's playing too fast, or maybe he's allowing something that you're not seeing because he's playing too fast. But regardless, he's got a fast style. It's brought him this far in the competition, but it's probably one of the more unique ones where you kind of get very quick moves and lots of like blunders and potential missed opportunities. What's it like to play against that?
I tried maybe I missed some stuff because I tried to play solid, first of all, because the goal was to find not blundering moves quickly. Sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't. Probably I hang a lot of stuff. But I knew that Evis' chances come from being faster, right? If I saw his matches, if I could get even on the clock, I knew I get some chances because he's playing so fast. He's not playing that accurately with his pieces. So I was betting on that. Just play reasonable moves or something that resembles reasonable move and wait for a blunder. And it worked.
Yep.
What can I say? It works.
Yeah, it did work. Sometimes it felt like it was maybe you've heard the old like kind of joke or riddle or whatever, where the person's on the desert island and like, praying to God that they'll get saved, and a ship comes by and they're like, no, it's okay. Like God will save me. And, another ship comes by and no, God's got me. And then eventually they die and go to heaven, and they're like, well, where's the help? And he's like, well, I sent you 2 ships. So it feels like you were kind of waiting for the blunders, like you're saying, but there were many. There were a lot of ships that were sent. Like blunders were there, and eventually you took advantage of one, but you missed a few ships.
Yes. That's
I actually don't feel like I played as fast in this one as I normally do. I feel like I actually slowed down a lot more to try and take my time. So I think we were pretty even on the clock. Like I was trying to stay ahead of you on the clock, but at the same time, like I was actually trying to take more advantage of my time to think about things. Because, like I said, you're pretty relentless. You're very knowledgeable, and I felt like just trying not to blunder, because if I did blunder like crazily, like I did in my previous matches, you would definitely take advantage, and you did. So I don't know. I felt like this time around, I probably put on a little bit better quality of chess, but it's still.
I think the concerning
this time.
I think the concerning thing was that you're right. You did use your time, but it was definitely, unfortunately, used in the wrong moments. So I noticed that you did spend a lot more time, but it was often when there wasn't maybe as much to look for. Whereas a lot of moments where you did have a tactic, you were moving in like less than a second. And it's like, whoa, hang on, there's this whole piece hanging. What are we doing? And then in positions where there's actually nothing, hanging or anything, you were spending your time there. So you're definitely right. But unfortunately, it came off as you just kind of didn't have your same speed advantage, because you weren't using it in the right moment, and so you weren't capitalizing on the hanging stuff that Piesky was leaving out there from time to time for you.
Definitely. Like there were also moments I froze. I was just like, it wasn't a position that I should be thinking in, but
hey, it happens.
There were moments that you just kind of freeze and say, "Shit, what do I do?" And the clock is ticking. Especially with the faster opponent, you feel the pressure to move, and then that's when blunders happen.
Yep.
Most of the time. I think also it's a big, considering previous Evis matches, it's a big dub to sobriety.
Well, I was going to ask Eviscerated, are you, overall, you kind of killed it, man. You made it into the top 4, and you definitely frustrated probably every opponent along the way. You have a style that a lot of people can look from the outside and be like, I don't think that should be working, but I'm telling you, it worked. So how do you feel about your chess and how you did in the competition?
I'll start with how I did in the competition. I feel like I did way better than what I expected to.
Agree.
I knew Bob was going to be a tough match in that first round, and I didn't really know if I was going to come out on top or not. Then going up against Stock in the second round, she surprised me. She played surprisingly well for a 500.
Yes.
I definitely wasn't prepared for that. I saw her rating and saw her tempo and was like, all right, I should have this one pretty easy. But then when that match happened, she came out swinging, and I definitely couldn't let down on that. That was definitely like, I could have lost that 6-0. Then going up against Bomdeezy, like I didn't know what to expect there, but he let me get the better of him. And then it was like, from that point on, it was like, all right, well, I'm happy with where I've gotten. I'd like to go further, but let's just see what happened. Next is Darkspur. He's the number 1 seed. He hit 1500. Let's see what happens. And then I frustrated the fuck out of him, and he lost. And then it was Tapir, and it was like, all right, well, he's booked up. Who knows what's going to happen here? He's got Lost Moose as a coach. So I'll probably lose this one, but I'm not going to back down from it. And then I took him out too. But coming up against Piesky, it was just like, all right, well, it's pretty much been the same old story for the last 2 matches. It's for sure. I know this guy's strong. I know he'll probably take advantage of my blunders. Just try and keep time up. But just do what I got to do. But I'm pretty happy with that. As far as like, how do I feel about chess and everything? It's like, honestly, this tournament's been great. It's allowed me to like leave my comfort zone as far as like the openings that I had been playing before this. Before I was just strictly London and French, and I was very bad London, very bad French. And I never really like talked to anybody about like my play style or like what to look at or like how to improve and whatnot. So having Ubi like yell at me during our practice sessions and everything, it was like, yeah, he was yelling, but it wasn't like it was all just like insults. It was like actual constructive criticism. Like you really just have to like look at the board. You have to be able to see shit. So it's like, I can't fix your vision, but I can do the best that I can. And like Ubi, he's got a tough love to him, but he's definitely helpful. So like, I'm really, really happy that I had him as a coach. Yeah. And then it's been like, his method for coaching, especially during these last like 3 matches, was all right, we need a different opening. We need a different opening. And it's like, dude, I've got 2 days before my next match. What do you want me to learn? And he's like, I don't care. I don't care about how much time you have. Just go learn it. And it's like, all right, well, I'll do what I got to do, or at least try to. And like that approach has been really good for like helping me to leave that comfort zone for going out of the French, going out of the London, like seeing all this different stuff, increasing my like excitement for learning this game and trying to become a better player. Because honestly, I think that if I can get my blunders down and maintain my speed, like absolutely. Hitting 1500 is just like, that's going to be easy. And I think I can probably go for like 18 or 19.
Yeah. I just wanted to say, Evis, that you've performed exceptionally well. And I think your playstyle and the performance you had in the tournament shows clearly that chess is a skill game, not a knowledge game. And you have that skill. You have the speed, especially in speed chess. You have the skill to flag your opponent, to find the moves, and not to give up too early, right? Because that's also a thing. You could easily roll down and die, but you keep up the speed and try to find the best possible answer in a given setting, no matter how much down material you are. And this is really, really important.
Yeah, I completely agree.
But yeah, GG's Piesky. It was a lot of fun. It was definitely nerve-wracking. I was more cognizant of my score in this one than I have been in any of the others. So yeah, thanks for having me in the tournament, and good luck in the future.
You have a lot to be proud of. You had a very long run. You and Jake in the losers bracket played the most games. You played like the closest matches, probably played the most like number of games in total, you and Jake. So big run. You were the underdog rating wise. You took out the number 1 seed. Yeah, definitely a lot to be proud of. And it's nice to hear that it's not just, maybe my rating went up or I have these goals, but you also sound genuinely curious about stuff within chess, different openings, trying different things. So that will serve you well in the long term for improvement. So it was great to have you in the event. Eviscerated ultimately are eliminated after this matchup, and Piesky is moving on to face Casino Duck, which is actually a rematch. So
it is.
Yeah, you've played him before, and he actually beat you, more or less with the same type of score that you just won now. So that'll be a big revenge tour match.
Yes, that was the goal. I wanted to play Casino again because I feel like I should have scored better, and I want to show what I've got. So it would be really good to play him again and see if I can improve upon that, because I gave him too much credit the last time, and now I don't want to make this same mistake again.
Yeah, well, you'll have your chance, and the winner goes on to play Thai Randall in the grand finals. So we got 2 more matches to host. So we're coming to the end of this event. But as for today, Piesky, Evis, thanks for your time. And Evis, thanks for being part of the event. It was at times painful, but mostly extremely exciting to commentate your games.
Yeah, it was actually surprisingly funny. It was a lot more fun than I really thought it was going to be. And I'm glad I was able to like provide some good content for everybody. I'm sure everybody enjoyed it or hated it, but Yeah,
exactly. Well, one way or another, they were here.
Exactly. All right, guys.
GG's. Bye for now, guys.